Hey guys, it's Gina and welcome back to the Curly Hair Care for Beginners playlist. If you've been following along in this video series, you'll know that I've been talking about all the basics with getting started with your naturally curly hair if you're just transitioning and trying to learn how to take care of your naturally curly hair. So this one is going to be all about how to actually make your hair curlier. Yes, there are tons of tips to actually make your curl pattern tighter, and I'm not saying that it's bad to have a loose curl or a wavy curl. I think they're all beautiful no matter what type of curl that you have. But I personally like to try to get some really tight ringlets because I just like the way that the really defined curl looks. So I have come up with so many different ways, whether that be product application techniques or just little tips and hacks on actually how I can get tighter ringlets, because sometimes my hair can just be a total hodgepodge of different curl types. Sometimes I have really loose waves right at the roots and then they're really curly at the ends. Sometimes underneath I have like a bigger like 2A type curl, and so then the lengths are not matching up. So especially when you're transitioning, you might notice that you have lots of different curl patterns going on. If your hair is damaged, it might look limp. So all of these tips are going to help you with that, just to make everything a little bit more even and give you some more definition. Now, just a disclaimer, this is going to make your hair shrink up. So it looks like I just got a haircut. It looks like I have shoulder length hair, but really a lot of times my hair is more like down to here. So it's because I did all of my best tips and stuff in one, and so it looks like I got a haircut, because if your curls are tighter, it's going to shrink up more. So my first tip is to get a trim. You might notice that after you get your hair trimmed, your hair really shrinks up a lot. I'm amazed at every time that I get my hair cut and I notice this. I always ask for just a dusting, which is just kind of trimming off the dead ends, and even that little bit just really makes my hair shrink up. Every time I get a trim, it looks so much shorter. It really gives my hair a lot more volume and more definition and stuff. It's crazy. I actually air dried the last time that I got my hair cut, and I was showing you guys on Instagram, and you were shocked at the amount of ringlets that I had without diffusing, which was pretty awesome. So even if you don't want to get like a big chop or anything, just getting a little bit of a dusting to get those dead ends off are really going to help shrink up the curl. Because if you have dead ends, or if you have little fairy knots, which are those little one strand knots, that can really weigh down your curls and prevent it from shrinking up. One of the biggest game changers for me is using Olaplex number 3. This is the take home treatment. I've done several videos of this on the past. I will link it down below if you want to watch it after this video, but this pretty much has transformed my curl pattern over the past year or two, I think. It's becoming a lot more popular. A lot more people are starting to discover it, but this is basically a bond multiplier, and it helps repair and strengthen your hair. So this was originally, I think, developed to use on people who have like over-processed and chemically treated hair, to help revitalize it that way. If they want to still color their hair, they can color their hair even after bleaching it and stuff. So it helps repair the broken bonds in your hair. And I've had years of coloring my hair. I, of course, use a lot of heat, and I used to straighten my hair. So this has made such a difference just to help repair those damaged strands that tend to just kind of straggle and hang straight. So if you have dead ends that are hanging straight and not curling on the ends, then you definitely need to cut those off. And then also Olaplex is going to help just curl those right back up. This has pretty much changed my curl pattern. It's made my curls a lot tighter. And a lot of you ask after my last videos that I did, do you have to keep using it? And I would say you could probably get away with maybe using it once a year. That's really what I like to do. So I get a bottle. I actually ordered this from Sephora. I think it's like $20 something, but it's worth it because it just makes such a difference in my hair. It makes it so much softer, prevents tangles. And I've just noticed a huge difference with using it. So I believe the results last a pretty good while, but of course, if you're still manipulating your hair, or if you're still straightening it or blow drying it, like I do diffuse with heat. So of course I'm still damaging my hair, so I will need to do more treatments and keep using it, but I think one bottle a year should do the trick. So I'm gonna walk you through the steps on how I actually apply it. So I first like to section off my hair, and I'm gonna show you some little tips that I might not have shown in the first video when I did this. And we're gonna talk about training your curls. Now I've heard some of this before, of where you can actually train your curl pattern to actually be tighter by twisting it when you're doing a treatment like this, or when you're deep conditioning or something like that. So that's what I'm gonna do when I apply this. I'm gonna first section off my hair, and by the way, you do apply this before you shampoo your hair. So my hair is dirty, it has product in it, that's okay. I'm just spraying each section down with water, and then I'm applying this product. And I'm also going to comb through with a Denman brush. So that kind of leads me to my next major tip, which is using a Denman brush. You guys have seen me talk about this so much. I got mine on Amazon, and this is the 5-row brush, and I actually did remove 2 of the bristles. They're really easy to take out. You just slide the red piece out and you can pop them right out. This is basically a plastic bristle brush that is very wide space, and you can see since I took out the rows are very wide space. So it's just so much easier to use on curls because of that spacing. It's not going to totally brush through your hair and make it crazy poofy or anything, and you only want to use it when your hair is wet. It's really going to help give your curls really good definition. I've never seen a brush do this before where it gives you ringlets. It's crazy how it works. I was really skeptical at first. I'm like, how can a brush give you tighter curls? A brush is a brush, right? But no, something about this is just crazy. I know a lot of people also like using the Tangle Teaser brush for this purpose, but I'm pretty much combing that Olaplex through with this, and you almost use it like a curling wand. And I've showed this before, but I like to angle it in a downward facing, almost like I were using a curling wand, and then kind of turn my wrist a little bit. So by turning your hair over this side edge right here is really going to give it that good definition and give you that ringlet to where when you pull down the strand, you can see your hair just bounce back up. Now, if your hair does not bounce up when you're using this, then your hair could have buildup on it, it could be damaged, lots of different things, but in general, I think that pretty much anyone could get good ringlets using this no matter what your hair type is. So after I comb that through, I'm gonna twist individual pieces. So that's the training that I was talking about where you can kind of train your curls over time of just making that same pattern. It's almost like if you braid your hair and then you notice you have like a crimped texture. It's similar to that. So I'm twisting each piece in my finger and then I'm twisting those two pieces together. And this takes a really long time. I'm not gonna lie, when I'm in a hurry, I just do the entire Olaplex like all over my head and I don't worry about doing this, but like I said, I wanted to show you how to get really tight curls. So I do my entire head like this and I let this sit for like 20 to 30 minutes. I just kind of tied it back, left it as is, and then we're ready to actually shampoo. So my next tip is actually to remove buildup on your hair. If you have product buildup or oil or anything like that on your hair, it's just gonna weigh down the curls, which is gonna make them look a lot limper. So I recommend clarifying your hair at least once a month or so. I like doing it once a week. It really depends on your hair type. If you have wavy or fine curly hair, you might find that your curls get built up a lot more frequently, so it requires clarifying a lot more. You can use something like DevaCurl's Build-Up Buster, which is great, but lately I've been using this Shea Moisture Jamaican Black Castor Oil Strengthen and Restore shampoo, and this has apple cider vinegar in it, and apple cider vinegar is a really great natural cleanse. I used to use that all the time. You can just kind of rinse your hair out with it and then go in with like regular shampoo and conditioner, and you can do that every once in a while, and it just removes any product buildup on your scalp and on your hair. But this also has shea butter, peppermint, and then it has that apple cider vinegar in it. So lots of good ingredients. It does have protein in it too. It also has the castor oil in it, which is really good for hair growth and for strengthening your hair. So now we're actually gonna deep condition. And I know this seems like a long process, but I highly recommend deep conditioning once a week. And the Olaplex does not count as a deep conditioner. That's more of a hair treatment. That's the bond builder. So you still have to deep condition. And Olaplex to me almost acts sort of like a protein, and same with like using the protein shampoo. You have to balance that out with using moisture, because you can get protein overload. If your hair feels like brittle and hard, you might have used too much protein in your hair, which is great for strengthening your hair, but you don't want to use too much. So I like to balance it out with a moisture product, and that is usually a deep conditioner. The one I use today is the Mane Choice Peach Black Tea and Vitamin Fusion Mask. I've done a full review on this line. I really liked it. This is the anti-shedding and volume therapy one. But I like the DevaCurl Melt into Moisture. I love this one. I kind of just switch it up every week and try something different, but this is just great at really softening the hair, so it really works awesome after using that Shea Moisture shampoo. My next tip is to also comb that deep conditioner through your hair. I was just trying to be a little bit quicker with this since I already did the twist and stuff with the Olaplex, but you can do the twisting and using the Denman brush method with deep conditioner too. So if I'm not doing the Olaplex, I will usually do that full method with the deep conditioner, or you can just section off your hair and comb the product through. That way you're getting those ringlets, and it's kind of training your hair to take that same pattern with using the brush, and it definitely helps with definition and stuff when you go to style. So I've done a video on how to deep condition curls. I will put that down below, but in that video I talked about this hot head heat cap, and it's basically a cap that you can put in the microwave. It just helps take your deep conditioning to the next level, helps open up the hair cuticle so that way more moisture can get in. So I like using this when I deep condition. I let it sit on my head for about 20 minutes. So now I'm finally ready to rinse. I did a cold water rinse, which really just helps seal everything in, and now I'm ready to finally style my hair. So I didn't want to go into too much detail with actual products, but I am going to put some recommendations on the blog post that goes with this video on actual products that are good for curl definition. The one I'm using today is the Ouidad Advanced Climate Control. I did do a video review on this. I will put it for you down below. I've been having a lot of issues with humidity with it being so hot this summer, and this has definitely made a difference. And a gel is going to give you lots of good definition and hold, so you're going to get those really defined ringlets, and it just helps so much, especially in the summer months. But one thing that I wanted to mention is if you kind of take a look at the product ingredients, there's some things that stand out to me that really help with curl definition. One of them being like wheat ingredients, like hydrolyzed wheat protein. Any of those protein ingredients are really going to help with like restoring the curl pattern, making it a little bit tighter. Just anything with protein. I also noticed anything with aloe vera in it. So I do have some favorite gels, like the Bounce Curl Light Cream Gel or the Dippity Doo Girls with Curls Jelly. Those have aloe vera in it. And I definitely noticed a difference with curl definition, and that really helps to create those ringlets. Another thing that this has in it is that castor oil in it. So I will put a list up on the screen here and also on the blog post that goes with this video of ingredients to look for that really help with enhancing your curl pattern. But I recommend looking for products that say things like curl enhancing or strengthening or even defining, those type of catchphrase words that are on the product bottle. Those are likely to have ingredients that are really going to help shrink up your curls. Along with that, you of course want to make sure that your creams and gels do not have any silicone in them, because silicone really weighs down the hair. If you saw my video that I did on how to transition your curls to your natural curls, and also the one that I did on the Curly Girl method for beginners, in those videos I share before and after pictures so you can really see the difference in when I did used to use silicones and then now, and how much tighter my curls are, how much more volume that I have because they're not weighed down by those plasticky silicone ingredients that are in a lot of curly hair products. So if you want to see more about how to look at ingredients and how to figure that out, I will put that video down below. It's definitely really helpful and just breaks it down really simplified on how to avoid sulfate silicones, all that kind of stuff. So another one of my biggest tips is to use the Denman brush when you're applying your styling products. This is probably going to make the most difference in your hair, because the other stuff is good for just encouraging your hair to always have like a tighter curl pattern, but to actually get ringlets and good result when you're styling your hair, using the Denman brush to actually apply your products and help distribute them throughout your hair is going to make a huge difference. I've been kind of addicted to using this. I used to never have it, and then now that I have this brush, I want to use it every time because the results are just so amazing. So you can either section off your hair and just kind of use the brush like a curling wand to create those ringlets, or you can just use it on your entire head. I like to kind of run my fingers through them just to kind of break up the clumps a little bit. That way I can still get good volume, because like I've mentioned before, since my hair is pretty fine and I don't have a lot of hair, if I have too many ringlets, then they just all kind of clump together and I don't have a lot of volume. So I like to kind of just separate them with my hands, and then I kind of just go around and spot use the brush. Like I just pick up random little curls and use it to define my hair, and that way I still have some ringlets on the top layer, but overall I still have pretty good volume. Another thing you can use the Denman brush for is actually when you're refreshing your curls. You've probably seen me do this in videos. I did that video on refreshing my curls over 4 or 5 days, and in that video you'll see where sometimes I will pick up random pieces and just kind of run the brush through them. You'll want to make sure that your hair is pretty wet when you're doing this, but that just kind of helps redefine curls that are starting to look limp throughout the week and really gives you some good definition and just helps really smooth down frizz. So after doing each section, I didn't show this here, but what you can do is take a towel. I like using my hair repair towel because it doesn't create any frizz, or you can use like a cotton t-shirt. Scrunch each section, which really helps to shrink up the curls. It helps just absorb any excess product or excess water too. Another thing I wanted to mention is after you apply your products, I recommend plopping your hair. I'm using a hair repair towel, which is my favorite thing to use to actually dry my hair. I just flip my head over, and I have a video on how to do this. I plop my hair up to where it's on top of my head, and the towel just helps absorb any excess water. But having it dry a little bit before I diffuse and dry my hair makes such a difference. And it also helps with curl definition because it's kind of sitting up on top of my head, so it helps with volume. So my last couple tips are just about diffusing. Now, using a diffuser is totally life-changing. If you've never used one before and you just are used to air drying, using a diffuser makes your hair shrink up so much and gives you really good curl definition and gives you really good ringlets. But you have to be careful with using too much heat, so I recommend alternating between like cold and hot air, or using a really low heat setting, and also use a really low airflow setting too. So my diffuser is by the brand Croc, and I got this on Amazon. It fits on pretty much any dryer, and then I'm just using an Irresistible Me Onyx dryer, and this has a really low airflow setting, which is why I like it. But I like to flip my head over, and I kind of cup all my hair up into the diffuser bowl and push it up towards my head. I like the diffusers that have those prongs or the teeth on them because that really helps give me volume at the roots. I can kind of use it to grab my hair and push it up versus the ones that are kind of flat and the teeth sit like down in the diffuser bowl. So this helps so much. You can flip your head over. You can also do this with your head upright, which I do some of that too. Like on the underside layer, I really like to just have my head upright. That way I can really shrink up these curls underneath, because the underside layer tends to fall like a lot heavier. Like it's a little bit of a different curl pattern, so I like to do that upright. Another way that you can also diffuse, which I've been trying this out recently and really trying to perfect this technique, but this is a little bit less damaging on your hair and it doesn't cause as much frizz on your ends, is you can actually lay out like a cotton t-shirt, or I'm using my hair repair towel, or you can just plop your hair right over on your counter. You could do this on the floor, on your bed or something, anything that's kind of like easy to sit on. I like my counter because it's kind of at my height to where I can lean over. You just kind of plop your head over onto it, and then you can kind of just hover the diffuser around. That way you're kind of plopping your hair to where it's kind of like an accordion, you know, where your hair is kind of being pressed up by what you're setting it on, to where you're getting that good definition and your hair is actually drying in that form. It's very similar to plopping, but you're drying it at the same time. So that is all my tips on how to get tighter curls and how to make your hair curlier. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any tips, definitely leave them down below, because then everyone else can see them and you can help everyone else out. If you want to check out the rest of this series, I will put the playlist link down below as well as in the info cards. That way you can see the rest of the videos and hopefully they help you out. If you have not already subscribed, I would love to have you join my YouTube family. I usually post weekly, so I hope to see you back next week. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye everyone.